time I get up, I'm out further.
Scoot you in. This one, stand up and turn it that way a little bit, because it's not on the.
Better?
Well, yeah, because you're in the picture now. There you go.
There we go.
You're not quite in that one over there.
Okay. All right, I'll go like this. How's that? You're getting pretty good at that.
Not too bad for an old guy. That is a beautiful tune, pretty simple if I can keep from screwing up the chords, but that's Todd Snyder's song. It's called Sail On. Anyway, hey everybody, it's Byron and Shanda with Musical Miles Podcast. We are coming to you. It is the middle of January already. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Time is flying. We were going to do a recap of 2025 and just never got around to it. Too busy with the holidays, the family, and the kids. And
he was sick.
And I was sick. But that being said, 2025 was a great year. We met a ton of incredible people. We did a bunch of new interviews, some that we still have to post, right? We did several music festivals and events and songwriter festivals and met some great people. At any rate, it was a great year. But 2026 is going to be even better. Yep. We're really, really excited. But first thing we want to do is we want to shout out to our sponsors this year. We've got some really great sponsors. Closed Guitars out of Provo, Utah. Thank you to them. They build these beautiful carbon fiber guitars. This is called carbon timber, and the neck unbolts, and they go into a backpack size package that can fit in the overhead compartment in an airplane, and they're tough, and they hold their tune, and they had a great sound. Anyway, thanks Closed Guitars. Also new this year, Stetson.
Roper Tin Hall.
Yeah. Which is owned by Carmen Inc., Gary Mandelbaum. Thank you, Gary.
Of
Roper and Tin Hall, and have the licensing for Stetson.
To make the Stetson clothing and boots.
Yes.
Yes.
So, and a shout out to Carrie Vastine, who is the president.
Who is the president.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much.
And the rest of the crew at Stetson and Roper and Tin Hall, they're great.
Yes.
They've all been, we've had a relationship with them for nearly 20 years. So thank you to all of them for coming on board and believing in our podcast. What helps us with the sponsors, guys, is if you go to our website, musicalmilespodcast.com, there's a sponsor page. Go on there and click on the links and each one of those. So if you click on the Closed Guitars and then you enter in Miles 100, you get a $100 discount off of anything you purchase on there, as long as you spend, I think, $599 is the minimum that you have to spend on clothes. On Stetson, if you go on Stetson, click on that link. I think there's still a link. You can sign up with your email address for them and get a 10% discount. And then we earn a small commission for anything you purchase through our link. Make sure you go through our link. That's what really helps us. Tin Hall and Roper, those you get a 30% discount on anything you purchase through Musical Miles Podcast link, and we also earn a small commission. So it all helps, right? It all adds up. Those nickels and dimes add up into dollars, and that adds up to diesel fuel and hotel rooms. So keeps us on the road. Thank you so much for your support, and thanks to our sponsors.
Yes.
So a couple of other things about the website while we're on that topic. Continually updating that. We've got a new blog on there. So, in fact, Miss Shanda hasn't even seen it yet. I just posted a new post on our new blog. Why we called this Musical Miles Podcast. Some people wonder why we would call it that. Well, it's very self-explanatory in my mind, but on there it talks about why we did it, and that it's about the miles and the music. So anyway, check that out. And in
the last year and a half, we have traveled close to 50,000 miles, and only one of those was by airplane.
Wow.
You realize that?
No, I didn't.
Yep.
Yeah.
One was by
one
airplane.
trip by air. The rest of it's
The
all been.
rest was dry.
And guys, these podcast episodes we're doing them in person. That's why we call it Musical Miles. And we've been to some great facilities, great venues. The Ryman, the Grand Ole Opry. We've been to Green Hall in New Braunfels, Texas. To Fort Worth, to the Stockyards, to Billy Bob's, to the Devil's Backbone Highway Tavern. We've been to some great venues.
Yeah, you're at the
Bone,
Rio.
Idaho, to Steelin' Joe's Bone, one of our favorites.
Yes.
Even though it's in our backyard.
Yeah, and you were at the Rio in December, and the year before you were at the
Westgate. At the Westgate.
We've
Have been to
very fortunate.
Been to
Mandalay Bay in Vegas.
to the Songwriter Festival. I've been to Red Rocks. Miss Shanda hasn't been to Red Rocks in Colorado.
And
what a
that's
cool
okay.
cool place.
That's
We'll
okay.
get her there probably maybe this year. We've seen some great bands, literally hundreds of bands in the last 18 months since we started this. So this thing has been a lot of fun for us, and we hope that you've enjoyed following us, and we realize that we're getting to do some things that most people don't get to do, and we hope you understand this is what we do. We do a music podcast, so we go to all these places and we travel and we get to see these cool things, and we want to share them with you. Travel along with us at least, and engage with us. Ask us questions.
Yeah, and thanks for your suggestions.
Yeah.
An artist we should interview.
Oh yeah, we've had some comments and requests about who we should interview, and we always welcome those.
Open to that.
We're open to any of that. And what else would you like to hear? What would you like to see? Because this is an all-inclusive podcast about music, and essentially it's really about travel as well, because this is a music travel destination. I mean, Nashville. We've never been to Branson, Missouri. We need to try and figure out a trip there at some point. But there's so many things going on this year with the Nashville trip. We need to talk about that a little bit. We got invited to come out to a fundraiser for Project Canine Heroes, and this event is called Performers
for Pause.
Yeah, Performers for Pause. They're going to have 22 artists over the course of the evening. It is their fundraiser. This nonprofit 501c3 was started by Jason Johnson about 5 years ago with $500 of his own money, and it was designed to take care of former police and military bomb sniffing dogs, drug dogs, because what do you do?
Where do they go?
Where do they go when they retire, right? So somebody's got to take care of them, and there's always some expenses.
Well, because they've been in some situations where a handler took them, but the thing I loved the other day, they sadly lost one of their dogs, and the handler that had him, the person that adopted him, this dog's obituary gave every detail of this dog's life, every event this dog participated in, as far as whether it was bomb sniffing, drug sniffing, any police activity or military activity was listed in this dog's obituary, and I'd never seen such a thing, and it was unreal.
Yeah, and the dog, they do military honors for our military heroes when they pass, and they did that for this dog. So this dog had a flag draped coffin, and at any rate, what a cool deal. But Jason has raised over $30 million for Canine Heroes.
Wow.
And Project Canine Heroes. So hats off to you, Jason. We're going to come out and help have a good time. We're going to contribute our dancing skills, what little bit we have left. So we're
Speaking of 501c3s.
Oh yeah.
We are starting one called Musical Miles, and
Musical Miles Foundation.
Excuse me. And what we want to do is we want to give experiences or of a live performance, because nothing replaces a live musical experience. I'm sure you can all remember where you were, your first concert, or where you were when you heard this song. And so we want to do that. We want to support schools with music because a lot of schools have had cutbacks, and music is an important thing for all ages. You know, it opens that side of the brain that helps with other things, and music's very important. I find it interesting when people say they don't like music. I don't understand, because I can be in the worst mood and I can put on a song and it just changes the day. So
yeah, it really truly does. Music is well, like James Dean Hicks says, and I love to quote James Dean. He said, "Music is the salve that heals all," and it truly does. And it can change. It can change your mood in one note, right? Two notes that quick. I walk in the kitchen and there's Miss Shanda dancing while she's fixing dinner, and I love that. You know, it's just cool to see. So
but we started in December.
We did with our donation.
We met a young man
in September at Valley Music Fest,
and he was quite fascinated with the podcast. And I invited him to sit down, and he watched. And then he saw these four.
We had four guitars that we had donated.
Yes.
And
he finally said to me, "Can I hold one of those?" And I said, "Yes, you can." So he held it. And then Byron told Ozzy Higley, "Hey, go give that boy a lesson." So Ozzy was gracious and walked over and sat down with him and gave him a quick little lesson, taught him a few chords. And then Ozzy came to us and said,
"We need to get that boy a guitar."
Yeah.
And so Ozzy kind of made it his mission. He reached back out to me in December and said, "Hey, I found a package that we can put together for this kid." And so Miss Shanda and I decided that we would just pay for it, donate it. And so we've been, that's been our intent all along, is to start a 501c3. We don't officially have it started. The paperwork needs to be filed, and there's some hoops you got to jump through to get it done. So, but
I'm a little slow, but I'm getting there.
But Shanda's going to get on that. She's going to be the kind of the head of the foundation, and we're looking forward to that. We're going to have guitars. We want to give away guitars to people who can't afford to buy them, whether it's veterans or sick kids or children with autism, whatever. And those musical experiences, so artists, as we reach out to you and ask you for backstage passes and meet and greets for some of these people in our foundation, we hope you'll be willing to work with us. So
yeah, we hope you'll say yes.
Yeah, but anyway, so that's what we got going on with the 501c3. We talked about going to Nashville. We're going to try and do one major trip a month, if possible, and so that all depends on how much stuff you buy from Stetson and Roper.
We're hoping to go back to the Art of the Cowgirl
in February,
which is such an amazing event. Which is all women artists, whether they are saddle makers, silversmiths,
artists, painters,
leather, braiding, rawhide braiding.
Horse trainers, though, they have a huge horse sale. And all women.
And then they have a ranch rodeo, and then several events, and it is only women. Yeah. And it is the coolest thing to see. And
if you're in Wickenburg, Arizona, the last weekend in February, go see it
at Rancho Rio.
Yep, at Rancho Rio. But look it up at artofthecowgirl.com.
It is amazing.
We were there last year and got to see some great stuff. Got to interview some very talented ladies. I looked up the list this year so far that I can tell. Joni Harms will be back. There's a handful of those. Peyton Grace will be back. We got to interview Adrian Brannon there last year. Adrian's not on the list this year, but Olivia Harms will be back with Joni. So anyway, some great talented musicians will be playing. They have live music every day. So we're hoping to get back to that. Then the end of March, back in Arizona again, is Party in the Desert. We're going to try and get to, which is headlined by Shenandoah. So great band from back in the 90s.
But the end of March, I'm forcing Byron to get his knee replaced.
Yeah, that's a whole other story.
It has to happen. There's no way around it. It has to happen.
She's trying to fix me, guys, and I don't know whether it's going to happen, but it'll happen. It's going to happen.
I'm trying.
But I don't know whether it'll fix me.
But help me with this, please. Go to YouTube. I need you to please go to YouTube and subscribe. It doesn't cost you a thing. Nobody's going to bother you. And if you say you do not have time to watch the podcast, this is what I beg of you to do. Turn it on and listen to it. I put AirPods in the morning when I wake up, and I listen to things until they die. And then I recharge them and I put them back in. I'm constantly listening to our podcast and to other podcasts. I kind of sometimes get a little too much in the true crime. But anyway.
Basically, what she's trying to tell you, we've yet to be able to monetize our YouTube channel because we don't have enough hours. We have the subscribers. We have over 3,000 subscribers on our YouTube channel.
Right.
But we're short hours, and so it takes a lot of hours. It takes 4,000 hours.
Let it play in the pickup or the car as you're driving. Let it play, and if you just let it play, please.
YouTube's really the most critical.
Help me, please, from keeping him from having a stroke and losing his mind and dropping.
She's afraid I'm going to start cursing on the podcast.
Yes, and I'm trying really hard to keep that from happening.
Yeah.
Because, we want our
she wants this PG rated.
Our grandkids
we've hosted our grandchildren on here a couple of times. I have that. I have a podcast with the whole group together.
And we got to do that. Yeah. But anyway, please do that. Please push the button. It doesn't cost anything.
All you got to do is click subscribe.
This is what I think you all think, maybe. Remember how they used to do the magazine subscriptions and then you couldn't get out of it? This costs you nothing. No one's going to come bother you.
Or even like the records. You remember that? You buy the record club. Join the record club.
Oh, Columbia.
Columbia Record Club.
Oh, my gosh.
And you'd sign up, and then you couldn't get out of it until you died. But here's the cool thing is that
it was great because you got a lot of great music.
Well, and this is great too because there's a lot of great stories behind the music. But really, if you wonder really truly what this podcast is about, you got to go look at it on our YouTube channel. Watch an episode and watch the interactions that I have with the artists and with the songwriters. It's so fun. I mean, I've just had a blast doing this. But the music at the end, we're going to change that up. We're going to get you hooked. We're going to get you. We're going to get you. Once you hear those strings.
Okay, look, the one is not. You're not in the one.
What's that?
You're not in the one on my phone.
I'm not on there?
No.
Oh, well, how'd that happen?
I don't know.
Well, it's moving. You're moving. See that?
Oh, okay. Stop. Sorry.
See, we have some new equipment. That's the other thing we've done.
How about you move?
Hey, I'm over here. Can you come over here? No,
here.
I don't know.
Maybe if I move.
There you go.
If I move way. Okay.
So we have some new equipment. We have these new gimbal 360s that, so we're recording on two different phones at the same time. One is vertical and one's horizontal. Horizontal has to be for YouTube. Vertical has to be for social media. So I'm over here. If you could, you got to scooch this way. Bring your whole chair.
Come to me.
I can't.
Yeah,
you can't.
Look,
you watch.
Look at the gap. Look at this. Look at this.
And I moved over and it went the other way. I'm telling you, it's not going to happen.
Okay, here we go. Look. Okay. Anyway, we're learning. I tell you, every time I see something new, I'm like, oh, we need that.
She's become a bit of a gadget freak.
Yeah.
So.
Because it's great. I mean,
well,
all this stuff is amazing.
The technology. Listen, guys, I have taken multiple courses on cameras and shooting angles and backgrounds and audio. We have some really good microphones now that we really like. But recording we record in some sketchy places. That's the hazards of doing a podcast the way we do it. And traveling all over the country, and we've done some interviews with some really loud background. I don't know. That's kind of the gist of it for the year.
Columbia House.
Oh, yeah, we were talking about
Subscriptions. Subscribe. Doesn't cost.
Please subscribe. Go to the YouTube channel. There's 160 episodes on there, 60 plus, and pick one. Just pick one, and I triple dog dare you. That's a big threat right there. Triple dog. Go watch one episode front to back. Pick one of the short ones. I don't care. Pick a long one. There's some great episodes on there. Some you want my favorites? Aaron Rakier, Dean Dillon.
Best.
Who else? Pam Tillis.
Paul Overstreet.
Paul Overstreet. Eric Pasley. Corb Lund. Chancey Williams.
Dave Stamey.
Kristen Harris. Olivia Harms. I mean, the list goes on and on, guys. There's really not any bad ones on there. There's not any bad ones. There are some that are definitely more of my favorite. Billy Joe Jones. Joe Jones and Olivia Harms were both on the CBS The Road. And we interviewed them before they were on the road.
And we're hoping
to get...
In Nashville, we're going to have another. But we're not going to say.
Not going to say because
we're not going to.
Well, I reached out to two more of the past road contestants.
Anyway,
but we have just been really fortunate and to have met some people who are champions of our podcast and have helped us a ton. We're going to go have lunch with Marla Cannon Goodman while we're out there, and she's such a sweetheart. She has helped us a ton.
She's kind of our Byron's unofficial agent.
Yeah,
she is.
She's just been
beyond good to us.
She's been really, really good. So anyway,
as have many of you, and we so appreciate.
We appreciate your support. Not only subscribe, but comment, guys. Give us your feedback. We need that feedback. We really, truly do.
What do you want to see? What do you don't want to see?
And even if you want to be critical, try not to be mean. You know, we don't want anybody being mean to us. I don't like people that are mean.
No,
I'm not mean. So be kind.
Be kind.
But comment. Tell us what you think. And listen, if I make a mistake, if I say something wrong, call me out. I'll rectify it. We
try hard not to.
We try hard not to. We try hard to
give credit where credit's due.
That's right. So when we name a song and we call a songwriter, hopefully we're right. We know what we're talking about.
And it's funny now how every song we are looking at those credits and who wrote that, because many people think that the singer wrote the song, and that is not always the case.
Yeah, and most of the time it's not the case. And a lot of those
songwriters just go unnoticed, and
and some of them are okay with that. You know, honestly, they truly are.
I'm okay with being behind the camera. I get it.
I think you need to spend more time in front of the camera. We'll try and get her more engaged as well. One thing we did this year at the Valley Music Fest, we had Ellie Mae did the mini mic interviews, and that was fun. Did you
like that?
Well, yeah, we didn't post a ton of them. We posted a handful of them on the social media.
Would you like to see more of that? Like if we are at a music festival, being out amongst the crowd and interviewing, asking questions,
We're open to your suggestions, because this is, once again, we're sharing our experiences with you, but we don't want you. I had someone tell me the other morning at breakfast. Actually, was at breakfast with my cousin. He said, "Hey, do me a favor. When you mention a song, mention the songwriter and the song, but you don't always mention the artist who cut the song." So I need to be better at that, because we've gotten so involved with the songwriter side of things that we need to remember that,
not always do they cut their own song.
Well, that Bryce Long wrote that song, but it was cut by Gary Allen,
Randy Houser,
or John Party, or he wrote it with John Party. And so those are the things that we need to be more aware of and do a little bit better job.
And in Nashville, we're also going to do something that we've never done before, and and these will be posted on our social media, and so you'll have to watch and let us know what you think and what you like and what you don't like.
Wow.
So Byron does not even know about this yet.
I'm a little baffled myself. So, okay, I'm looking forward to that. Okay. All right. Well, anything else?
No, thank you so much, and have a wonderful new year. We hope it's the best ever for you.
All right. We'll see y'all somewhere down the road. Adios for now.